Hi, I'm David Warner. I moved here to Galveston in 2010 to work with a friend. I lived here 8 years, loved every minute of it, but met a girl that I loved more, so we got married. Long story short, we ended up living in Chicago, closer to her family. Then COVID, then we got divorced, and I thought long and hard about, should I go back to Michigan or should I go to Galveston? Well, my entire time living in Chicago, the only friends that came to visit me were my friends in Galveston. I realized that this is the place for me. I came back here in April of 2023 to make up my mind. I was here 1 hour and I said, why the hell am I not living in Galveston already? So I moved back here and I call myself a DOI. I'm going to die on the island. So living in Chicago, and my wife had moved out and I didn't know anybody but her family in that city. I happened across a sign that said storytelling 7 to 9 p.m. So I went inside and heard a half of a story, wasn't sure if I had to pay or what. So I went back in at 9 p.m. and I went to the man that looked like he was in charge and said, what is this? He said, it's 10 by 9. It is a storytelling group where up to 9 people tell an up to 10-minute true story about their lives. It is once a month, and I've been doing it here in Chicago for several years. It's an Irish storytelling group. It originated in Belfast, Ireland, and I've been carrying on the tradition. So I said, well, that sounds very interesting. How do you tell a story? And he said, well, would you like to tell a story next month? And I said, yes. I signed up. I told my story to a crowd of strangers. I was exhilarated and thought, I just want to do more of this. So when I knew I was moving back to Galveston, I was really disappointed. I was leaving 10 by 9 behind. So I asked Tom if I could start a Galveston chapter. He said, well, you'd have to talk to the owner, the founder, I should say, Paul Doran. You should talk to him. I got on a Zoom call with him and he said, I asked him, Paul, could we start a 10 by 9 in Galveston? He goes, oh, you mean the place with the big flood? And I said, no, actually you mean the Great Storm. He said, oh yeah, mate, I just read about that. He goes, yeah, we'd love to have it in Galveston. So that idea sat around for a year. But my friend Judith Smith and her company HCC Event Management helped bring it to fruition.
I love that we are doing this. I think it's so cool, first of all, to have people that want to tell their stories, and then to have people that want to listen to the stories and hear about the people in their community. And then when you see the energy in the room, when people are just sharing their stories and all the camaraderie that happens afterwards and all the connections. I mean, I've made multiple connections and have multiple action items I look forward to doing after this, and I'm just very thankful. It's a really cool event.